walking down the street. You see she's got it head to feet. But what will come of it you never know. All you know is that you got to get her in your bed alone. She's quite the tempting treat. She surely walks with a catchy beat. But is she interested? You just don't know. She'd surely make a lovely specimen to study on your own.
It seems there's no such thing as a real fantasy. Still, you never want to let it go. Even if it means you're gonna live your real life alone. You can't touch, but you can see. It's not real, but it's the next best thing. So if perfection's what you're going for, then in your head's the only place you're gonna find the perfect score.
A real fantasy, you can chase it all your life. 'Cause she can't compete. You know you'll never find it in a husband or wife.
Anyone with a mind to see can picture any dream. But who among you can recall a time you saw an image so convincing you could swear it was a lie?
Just in case you missed a beat, the image he described is me. Perhaps you think me sinful, cruel, and unkind. But don't you kid yourself and say you want to take me for a ride.
Till the day you came to be, you took complete control of me. You never leave me with a place to hide. I tried to fight it, but I only made it worse in real life.
And that's why you don't need another girl when you've got me. Remember that the next time you try to show perfection in the world when it's already in your mind.
A real fantasy. Forget about the nagging and suspicions and fights.
'Cause she can't compete when all I ever want to do is turn out the lights.
So you think you're happy now? Your real life never got you down. Tell yourself that you've got nothing to hide while you mess around with woman after woman on the side. You're clever, there's no doubt. I bet she's no clue about. And in the day you work at 9 to 5. But who the hell you think she's calling? What she covers that sight? And you said your vows wore joy to your religious crown. But God help you if they ever find the 22-year-old Italian dude who's always on your mind.
You love it when they shout, throwing money till you whip 'em out. Your little boyfriend, he's completely blind, and he believes you when you tell him he's the only one you grind.
Dreams within your sleep. You can't be overdoing about your shows. When it's suggested that your true desires still remain at home, so careful that you heed this warning if you try to cheat. No matter how far your fantasy goes, don't forget the real life is never gonna let you go. A real fantasy. You love the way you made me. A real fantasy.
You're letting her replace me.
A real fantasy. Everything you gave me. A real fantasy. Could be the dream that saves me.
Well, are you gonna just lie there all day? Shouldn't you be out looking for a job? See, what I just did there is what that other girl would probably be sitting right about now, and no, I won't leave you alone.
Hello? Commission, while seeking out addition, we heard you got ejected from your trade. Commission, forget the cup competition and sign up with our company today.
So you work with illustrators,
Specifically the girl named Esther.
we consider it a favor.
If you'd let her make us better,
Here's our offer, call us later.
really we don't mean to pester.
But your work could be a saver.
See more details in our letter. So come here, bring established in your trade.
Commission!
Wow, I didn't realize we were so popular. I mean, I knew I was, but you?
I shouldn't be. I mean, my name was never publicly attached to you when we were doing Illustrators. How is it that I'm getting all of these offers all of a sudden?
Holy crap! They're offering you almost as much as you were making before you got canned.
But how did they find me? I mean, Greg, he wouldn't have said anything, would he?
I doubt it. I was pretty much the secret to his success, and he wouldn't want anyone else getting their hands on me. You know, I bet if you waited long enough, he'd hire you back. I still think it's weird they just chuck you like that.
I slept with his daughter.
Yeah, you did do that. Unintended.
I don't know. You know, maybe it's better me not working for Greg. I mean, maybe if you hadn't found out, but...
You mean maybe if she hadn't called her daddy right after she got laid? I wonder if it's a normal thing for her.
Yeah, it seemed like Greg always had to be the guy that was in control of everything. It seemed like he never let Carol or even his secretary take care of anything that he could do himself.
That's true enough. I had to be the only thing he wasn't doing.
Pun intended.
Oh, he and Carol were totally getting it on.
Yeah, maybe. You know, the pay was great, but I think I'm gonna glad I'm not working there anymore. I mean, on top of everything else, I always got these weird vibes from that place. You know, like I was being propped up as some sort of savior for the company. And it seems like they didn't even want me. Just you.
Well, that's understandable.
Polly, he was cheating on you. You said you saw it yourself.
I know, I did, I just...
Has he even tried to call you or anything since?
No, he hasn't.
Don't you think he would have by now?
I thought he would. Wish he would.
Polly, you have to be careful. You've been in this situation before.
I know, but everything was so different this time. You know, whenever we were together, he wanted me there. I mean, he always wanted me there. At least that's what I thought. Why, Brighton? Why does this keep happening to me? Why would he do that?
I don't know. And you don't deserve it. You don't deserve someone who would put you through this. I don't know how anyone could go stringing you along like that for as long as he did. If you want my advice, I'd say just stay away from him. I'd really hate to see you go through another 2 years of, you know.
Probably right. Don't seem to be the best judge of character.
You'll be okay. I promise.
It's not fair.
No. It isn't fair.
Thank you for seeing me.
Now, would I miss having lunch with my own daughter?
Really, Dad?
What?
Well, if you're seriously asking that question, then the answer is yes. You've missed lunch with your daughter about 3 times in the last 2 weeks.
Oh, pardon me. That's only because you miss having lunch with your father because you were too busy screwing one of his employees.
Great, Dad. Thanks. And what is my father's excuse? Is he too busy, I don't know, screwing his coworkers? Carrying on with the exact same office conduct for which he has fired multiple employees for doing before?
Well, he's certainly reconsidering having lunch with his daughter.
Look, can we stop talking about ourselves in the third person? Come on, Dad. I saw him once, only once.
And by the time I found out he worked for you, you had already fired him. Genius move there, by the way. So I don't think you're being fair by blaming him for this. I mean, I met the guy by chance in a bar, had no idea who he was, and you're acting like he woke up one morning and said, gee, I'd really love to go out and screw my boss's daughter today.
Natalie, look, I didn't come here to fight. Right, now you may disagree with me, but when one of my employees decides to sleep with my boss's, well, with my daughter, I feel inclined to let him go. It's just that simple.
You're right. I do disagree with you.
Natalie.
Look, Dad, I know how you work. You're a control freak through and through. I mean, what, I'm 24 now and you still feel the need to act in my defense like this? I know that's why you fired him. I mean, how was he supposed to know who I was? We'd never even met before. You just had to get back at him for doing something that had absolutely nothing to do with you.
Natalie, you're my daughter. Don't say it had absolutely nothing to do with me.
What? He screwed me, not you.
Natalie, stop. Just stop for a second, would you? You have always been so self-centered. You always think that it's always about you. You think that it's you who's bringing back all these boys, how many of them there have been over the years. You think that's how they see it, that you're the one bringing them back? Because I assure you, it is not.
That's it then. You're always right and I'm just a selfish whore.
I never said that.
Speaking of the other whores in your life, let me ask you something, Dad. Why do you think Mother really left you?
Left me? Good God. Natalie, are you going to try to tell me now that what your mother did wasn't that simple?
I asked you a question.
I divorced your mother because she cheated. What she did to me, to us, I couldn't forgive her.
She did? You are so blind. You're a coward and you don't trust a damn person in the world to do anything. Mother loved you so much, Dad. You have no idea. It's so obvious. You're the one who married her. You never even spoke to her again after she cheated on you, did you? I'll bet you didn't. Because after it happened, you formed your opinion. And from that day forward, it was just that simple. You never let her do anything for herself. You wouldn't let her work because you were making enough for us all. You wouldn't let her help make decisions because you always thought she was wrong. You tried to control every single aspect of her. I saw Mother last week. I'm sure you don't care, but she's engaged again.
Well, good for her.
She still cares about you, I think. She just stopped believing you when you told her you loved her because you never wanted her input in anything. You never wanted her help. You always had to rush in to take care of her problems, but you had to take care of your own problems yourself. You know what else she told me? As the years went on, she felt less like someone you were in love with and more like someone you pitied. I think she just wanted to feel like she was capable of doing something on her own without you controlling her. She slept with that guy and made sure you found out to get your attention. And instead you stopped giving her what little of it she still had. I'm so proud of her. She never gave up on you. You're the one who gave up on her.
Natalie, come back here.
No, Dad. I'm done trying to help you. I may not be strong like Mother, but I'm not going to make the same mistakes you made either. I'm not going to give up on the people who really care about me.
Natalie, I care about you. Why would you even suggest that I don't?
Because I don't believe you.
I don't know what to do.
What are you talking about? Shit, just pick one. Any of these offers will put you back pretty much where you were, and I can do my thing for any of these guys. Except for that one. I don't like that one.
I can't just go for it, though. I mean, I need to research these publications. I can't just start working for just anybody. What?
No, it's just listen to yourself. You're being picky about high-paying jobs. Where exactly were you working a few months ago?
I wasn't working.
No, you weren't. So relax. This isn't supposed to be stressful. Look, you've got multiple employers vying for you, and your work is already speaking for itself. And doing other things for itself, too, you know.
I know. It's just having all of this thrown at me at once. I've got other things on my mind.
Oh, right, woman. Look, how many times I told you. She's gone. Put her out of your mind.
I can't. She's always there. She's kind of like you. Sunny face, so kindness. She gave me chase, despite my blindness. She had me by a hook, just one look. Every trace is gone. I miss you.
You see her in me.
I miss you.
Can find her in me. Soaring mind and a touch of wonder. I followed blind and tore my walls asunder. I didn't stand a chance with just one glance. Every trace of him is gone. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you.
A sunny face and a soul to die for, but still she'll chase someone she'll always cry for. And once she's had enough, I'll have her touch. But in the meantime, she's just gone. I miss you.
Find you again.
I miss you.
Doesn't matter when.
Miss you. Miss you.
Miss you.
Miss you. Miss you.
Miss you.
I miss you.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, lunch was brief.
I can imagine with this rain all of a sudden.
Actually, no. Instead of buying my daughter lunch, I got an accusation of ruining my marriage with her mother.
That's a non sequitur if I ever heard one.
Things have been tense between us since we let go of Daniel. She thinks I should be blaming her for what he did. Actually, probably be more accurate to say I should be blaming myself for what he did.
I'm sure it wasn't your fault.
Anyway, what's this?
Oh, well, you're not going to believe this, but somebody let the cat out of the bag about your former protege. Publishers and designers from all over the city have been contacting Daniel for the past couple days. I only found out 10 minutes ago myself.
Ah, I guess he picked up the job hunt right away.
Doesn't seem like it. Wasn't Daniel. My old business partner rang me today asking what the deal was. Said his resume was forwarded to them from our records, but they didn't even know the guy was unemployed.
From our own records? Who would do that?
Well, I can't say for certain, but 4 of our employees have given their 2-week notice since he fired Daniel. Said they don't want to work for us anymore if Esther isn't going to be around. My impression is that they got wind of what happened with Daniel, and they will try and name drop illustrators wherever he ends up.
That is ridiculous. Nobody's going to hire anyone just because they worked in the same building as he did.
Perhaps not, but can you blame them?
What do you mean?
Greg, think about it. How long have I been working here?
8 months.
8 months. 8 months you've been telling your employers that Illustrators is headed to the top. Now we finally found someone that can make a compelling image, Everyone who supports it will eventually see the rewards. Greg, what do you think people thought when you fired Laura? Sure, she was difficult to work with, but nobody cared about that. How do you think my department felt that their work was suddenly less important than that of this newcomer? The promise of being part of something great was the only thing keeping people here.
And you, Carol, don't you forget that. I needed you here to keep the department loyal. And Laura's departure is irrelevant since we found Daniel, what, 2 weeks later?
For what's good, son? Now that you've gone and kicked him out the door, there is nothing more I can do for you.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that you made the absolutely brilliant tactical decision of shifting your employees' loyalty first from you to me, then from me to Daniel and his Esther, and then removing both of them from the publication. As far as I can tell, nobody in this department can see any reason to continue working with you.
All right, that's enough.
Really?
I have given you a lot of leeway with how we run things lately, but this is too far. If you think you can threaten me with such asinine speculations...
You think I'm threatening you? Speak of asinine speculations. I'm not going to do anything to you. I'm just telling you what's going on.
Don't mix words with me! You don't tell me how to run things after 8 months. I spent the last 15 years building this company from the ground.
And you will build this company back into the ground if you don't wake the fuck up and realize the magnitude of what you've done.
Get out!
No!
You are fired, Carol! Get out!
No! You think you're so clever. You think you're so fucking clever that you can work this out on your own. I am not leaving you. You are too proud. I know what you think you'll do. You'll think you'll find some third star illustrator to bring back your glory. Why bother? You'll just fire that one anyway for some imbecilic reason. I can only imagine what your daughter was referring to earlier regarding your ex-wife, considering how you've been driving everyone away with your absurd pride. Now, your entire illustration department is on its way out, and there is nothing you can do about it. Daniel is the only person that can save this magazine, and you cannot get him back on your own. It is impossible. But sure, go ahead. Tell me I'm not good enough to do anything except blow you in your office.
You really don't understand, do you?
Make me understand.
Since I was a child, I was taught to stand apart from everyone else. And anything I want, I had to earn it myself. I built this company from nothing, using naught but my skill. It's only kept going because it's my will.
That sounds like you, the extreme self-sufficient version of a businessman. The success of the company, it all points back to you. So, of course you have to do it yourself.
That's the way it is, and it's how it has been my whole life. Everything I did was for my kids and my wife. 15 years of non-stop work, so their futures could be secure. It was all for them. Just look what I got in return. My wife left me, took the kids. Natalie's the only one that ever sees me anymore. Apparently she hates me now, too.
Left you? I thought you divorced her.
Natalie's right. Trisha may as well left me the day she cheated on me.
So, 15 years building the company. How much of that time did you get to spend with your family?
What?
Gregory Rzievsky, you are so wonderfully difficult. All this time you have spent pushing forward, climbing upward. Did you ever stop and take a breath? Look around you, see the ones you're trying to help. I bet they wished you would, but I'm guessing you never
There's no
did.
time to stop and take a breath. Look around you when the future's
There's
right on
always
you.
time.
No, there's not. You never saw them. All the years we barely scraped by. But we survived, and it was I who made it
All
right.
the time you spent making money, you think that's what they wanted from you. You were
I spent 15 years working! No time for myself, no time for my family, my children. You think that was all for me? I spent most of my marriage alone, building the company so they could be happy and secure. I gave them everything, and they left me.
I don't think that's true. How can you leave someone who's never there? When you tell me 15 years alone is circumstantial, Greg, you're only fooling yourself. And it's sad, and it's pathetic. And just look at where you stand now.
Alone.
No, not alone. Not anymore. Greg, let me help you.
Another one.
Not an answer, you stupid. Let it go.
Right. I keep forgetting I have that.
Hello, you've reached Daniel, except you haven't really. You've reached his answering machine. Do leave a message, won't you? That'd be great.
Good afternoon, Daniel. This is Carolyn Flanders from Illustrators Illustrated. I'm sure you remember. The chief editor and I have decided to reconsider your employment with our company, and we would like to make you an offer. I cannot provide you with any specific details without speaking with you in person, but we are prepared to give you an offer to raise what you were earning at the time of your unexpected termination. We're prepared to offer you a 5-year contract with our company so that you can continue doing what made it so great. All we would ask in return is the ownership to Esther's likeness. So please, with no further hesitation, please commence communication and set a visitation appointment with me. Or give us a call. Have a good day, Daniel, and I hope to hear from you soon.
I'll have to admit, I did not see that one coming. Now, where were we? See that one coming either. And nope, not that one either.
Who the hell is going to be out in this kind of weather? Hello?
Hi, Daniel, it's me, Natalie. I don't know if you remember, we met a couple of weeks ago.
Natalie, yeah. Geez, come right on up. How can you stand to be out in this?
Thank you.
Naked writer chick, huh?
Yeah.
Been a while since you last saw her.
It was once at that. I wonder what she wants.